Today's topic will be about the elements of distribution management. Next slide. So the elements of distribution management have has six. So these are the customer service, order processing, inventory control, warehousing, transportation mode, and material handling. First is the customer service. Next slide. So what is customer service? So the practice of providing existing and potential customers with support to enhance their satisfaction with the company and its products and services. Provides support for customers through information, assistance, and creating a trusting environment. So customer service is the support you offer to your customers. So both before and after they buy and use your products or services, that helps them have an easy and enjoyable experience with you. Offering amazing customer service is important if you want to retain customers and grow your business. Today's customer service goes far beyond the traditional telephone support agent. So it's available via email, web, text message, and social media. And many companies also provide self-service support so customers can find their own answers at any time, day or night. And also, customer support is more than just providing answers. It's an important part of the promise your brand makes to its customers. Next. So, there are three important qualities of customer service. Number one is professionalism. Number two, patience. And number three is people first attitude. So we will tackle this one by one. So the next slide, as you can see, the first one is professionalism. So it refers to the attitude you take towards your customers. So even when a customer is upset or behaving immaturely, it's up to you to diffuse the situation if possible and do what you can to present in a positive light. So what do we mean when we say professionalism? So first and foremost, let's look at professionalism. So of the three important qualities of customer service, professionalism is arguably the most basic and the first one we're expected to demonstrate when entering the workplace. So, however, when serving a frustrated customer, staying poised can be easier said than done, and ultimately, it takes practice and experience to ensure you are confident and level headed at all times. And number two, we have the patience. So it means remembering that every customer is different. Even though there are obviously some common do's and don'ts, each customer learns at a different pace and may respond to a common practice in a way you didn't expect. So consequently, providing high quality service means being creative and flexible. So would be what we mean by the patience? So in patience, so generally speaking, if professionalism is the foundation of a good customer service strategy, patience is like the frame. So although it's not always explicitly stated, it's one of the key components of any interaction with a customer, and without it, a calm interaction can quickly become problematic. So, consequently, the importance of patience with yourself, your team members, and your customers cannot be understood. And lastly, is what we call the people first attitude. So, what does it mean? So, it builds off professionalism and patience. So, with this attitude in mind, your customer service strategy should reinforce the idea of human connection. So, in other words, exceptional service means remembering that even though cash is changing hands, the money isn't the most important part of the transaction. it's the relationship you make with the customer. So, although maintaining a professional and patient approach is important in customer interactions, the biggest factors in high quality service all related to basic humanity. So ask yourself, do my customers feel heard and understood when they voice a concern? Do they feel valued and appreciated when they make a purchase? And do they know that my team and I view them as a person, not a sale? Right? And that is the three important qualities of customer service. And the next element of distribution management is what we call the order processing. So in the next slide, what is order processing? So as the name implies, order processing is the process or workflow that happens after a customer places an order. So this starts with confirming the products are in stock, then picking the items from inventory and sending them to a sorting area. Order processing is the workflow that takes place between a customer placing an order and the order getting delivered. So this includes product picking and batch picking, sorting, packing, tracking, and shipping, as well as handling. So the order processing is the process of identification, as well as sorting, picking, packaging, movement, and delivery of the packed items to a shipping courier after the customer has placed the order successfully. So it is generally conducted at distribution centers. So order processing consists of all the activities that have to be completed from the point customer has placed the order to the point the customer receives. So an example of order processing is when a customer orders a pair of headphones from a particular brand. The order includes information such as the delivery location, order management options, and supply chain system. So this information allows both ends of the transaction to locate the order and order status at all times. Next one. Alright, so we are on the number 3, which is the inventory control. So what is inventory control? So inventory control, also called stock control, is the process of ensuring the right amount of supply is available in an organization. So with the appropriate internal and production controls, the practice ensures the company can meet customer demand and delivers financial elasticity. So it means that inventory control enables the maximum amount of profit from the least amount of investment in stock without affecting customer satisfaction. So, done right, it allows companies to assess their current state concerning assets, account balances, and financial reports. So, inventory control can help avoid problems such as out of stock events. So, for example, in the Google that I have found, Walmart estimated it missed out on $3 billion worth of sales in 2014 because its inadequate inventory control procedures led to stockouts. And on the next slide, I will tackle also the why is inventory control important. So inventory control helps avoid the many costs related with buying too much inventory and the strains of going without the needed inventory. So while some companies using just-in-time ordering may carry extremely small inventories, nearly any business requires some form of inventory, which is best managed through inventory control systems. Um, so the aim of holding inventories is to allow the firm to separate the process of purchasing, manufacturing, and marketing of its primary products. So inventories are a component of the firm's working capital and as such represent a current amount. So inventories are also viewed as a source of near all cash. So the purpose is to achieve efficiencies in areas where costs are involved. So the scientific inventory control results in the reduction of stocks on the one hand and substantial decline in critical shortages on the other. Alright, so next we are on the number 4, which is the warehousing. So what is warehousing? Warehousing is the process of storing physical inventory for sale or distribution. Warehouses are used by all different types of businesses that need to temporarily store products in bulk before either shipping them to other locations or individually end to end consumers. So what do we mean when we say warehousing? So warehousing is an essential part of the supply chain for most types of businesses that deal in physical goods. So this could be consumer businesses holding a product that eventually makes its way to an end retail customer, or it could be business to business companies storing products that eventually make it to business customers. So for retail and e-commerce businesses, warehousing allows number one, the purchase of wholesale goods in bulk that may not fit in a physical retail store or yet be purchased by an end consumer online. Number two, large bulk orders which allow these businesses to negotiate lower prices with their suppliers, thus improving their margins when selling to customers. And number three is keeping inventory available as demand fluctuates to ensure products stays in stock. And in addition, warehousing allows businesses to store products in strategic geographic areas to reduce delivery times and shipping costs. For example, if a business is selling a product directly to consumers across the US, they may want to store inventory in multiple different regions of the country. So, similarly, if they're selling to consumers around the globe, they'll want to strategically place warehouses in different countries to speed up deliveries and minimize shipments that must go through customs. Alright, so next one is transportation mode. So, what is transportation mode? Transportation concerns the movement of products from a source such as plant, factory, or workshop to a destination such as warehouse, customer, or retail store. So transportation may take place by air, water, rail, road, pipeline, or cable routes using planes, boats, trucks, trains, and telecommunications equipment as a means of transportation. So the goal for any business owner is to minimize transportation costs while also meeting demand for products. Next, transportation costs generally depend upon the distance between the source and the destination. So the means of transportation chosen and the size and quantity of the product to be shipped. In many cases, there are several sources and many destinations for the same product, so which adds a significant level of complexity to the problem of minimizing transportation costs. Alright, so lastly is the material handling. So what do we mean when we say material handling? So simply put, material handling is the short distance movement of goods either within a building or between a within a building or between a building and a transportation vehicle. So it includes activities such as loading and unloading trucks, placing individual items on pallets to make unit loads, retrieving products from shelves to be shipped out, and much, much more. When we say material handling, it is materials need to be handled carefully at every step of the supply chain to make sure they arrive at their destinations intact. So a material handling system should be put in place to optimize the movement of goods and materials around manufacturing and storage facilities. And also, a well designed material handling system can improve customer service, lower costs, and may reduce the risk of accidents and damage. So, with a material handling system in place, products will be easier to find, orders will be filled more accurately, and there will be fewer worker accidents and injuries, right? On the next, alright, so that's all. Thank you all for listening. I hope you learned something.